3 Count Thursday is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app, that's arenaeats.app, for the ultimate fan experience. At your favorite sports venue, Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? I thought the best part of AEW last night was the first match. Like, I don't know if it's the pandemic or what, but like the last two AEW like big shows have been a big swing and a miss for me. All Out, really bad last night. And I don't know if it's because I thought like the women's title is going to move. I thought there'd be some title that would move, but last night's show just, even the MJF Jericho segment felt like a big miss to me. I love both of those guys. Like, it just.
Do you love Jericho still?
As a wrestler, yes. As a podcast host and just general opinion guy, probably not.
All around human being.
Yeah, as a human being, probably not. As a super spreader, I do not care for Chris Jericho very much. But let me look at it this way. So, and for the record, I will say this: like, they do what they do very well, generally speaking. Like, we're a year into AEW Dynamite now. What AEW does, they do it well.
And what do they do?
Sports entertainment. Like, let's look at the two shows from last night. Now, a year ago, we were told that AEW was going to be like a real sports alternative to the sports entertainment. It's going to be real wrestling, sports-based, wins and losses matter, so on and so forth. So last night, there was a show that was basically wrestling from start to finish with very little storyline engagement. And then there was also a show that had, I think, 5 matches. You had a segment that led to a steak dinner next week, and you had a segment where an interviewer and a female superstar ended up reenacting the chest waxing scene from the 40-Year-Old Virgin. One of those was wrestling, one of those was sports entertainment. AEW has not been a real sports alternative to the WWE. They have been a different sports entertainment show, and they do it very well. But like I said, last night just kind of felt like a miss for me. Also, I don't know if I didn't get the memo, if it didn't get delivered by the postal service to my house. I don't know, but I don't. The Lance Archer, I don't get it. I don't know why he's the number one contender in AEW. I don't get Lance Archer.
He won the Casino Battle Royale.
But I don't get why he's a thing.
Okay. I would rather take the Murder Hawk Monster than the Archer of the Infirmary.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, I would prefer the Archer of the Infirmary, but also, the Archer of the Infirmary is not the number one contender to the NXT Championship, at least not yet.
He's the NXT North American Champion.
But we just said it was okay that Lana won a Battle Royal match to face the champion in a women's match, and it didn't happen in the All Elite Wrestling.
I just thought it was really cool that like Chris Jericho, after 30 years of wrestling, made enough money to create a 21-year-old clone of himself when he was 21 and talk to him in the ring like it was a living time machine.
It was like the SNL sketch when Jimmy Fallon was Mick Jagger talking to real Mick Jagger.
Yes. Like MJF did his worst Chris Jericho impression.
Oh, it wasn't, dude. Like MJF has delivered a lot of gold on the stick this year. This one was not great. Definitely not great.
At least the jury in my house is still out on MJF too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm not sold on MJF at all, really. Like I don't see him as a big deal. I don't see him as a main eventer. Like,
I mean, we've said it on the show before. He can't be what he was on the Indies on a cable television program. You can't.
Yeah, but he hasn't figured out what he can be.
Correct.
So until you figure it out, go figure it out.
Another thing that I feel like they have fumbled Miro, bringing him in, like, and maybe I'm missing, as I know he's huge on Twitch and all of that, and it's the video game, but like I was told, and to a degree I do agree with the sentiment, and I've said it on this show and on Twitter that like the WWE screwed up with Rusev, but like, so this guy is coming in, brass ring, shove it up your ass, and he's been in 2 crappy tag matches, and now he's entering a feud because somebody broke his video game. To me, that's goofy and silly, and it's like, it's just and now, don't get me wrong, this number 1 contender tournament, I get it. Don't throw him in there and just automatically make him eat a loss. However, WWE, rightfully so, can be accused of being way too predictable at times. Why didn't they just make the number 1 contender match between Kenny Omega and Adam Page?
Thank you.
Like, just stop pretending that it's going to be anything else. And it's fine. Like, I have no problems with them making that match.
I mean, they did the exact same thing with the TNT title.
Yeah.
It was Cody and Lance. Like,
I have no issue with it. Maybe aside from, you know, the if you want to go to wins and losses, I haven't checked the standings board in a while because it doesn't.
You look at the rank
because it honestly doesn't matter anyway. And which is what I said a year ago, that wins and losses aren't actually going to matter. But you know, that's
okay, Jim.
So the rankings,
they don't. You can't tell me that they do.
Rankings as of yesterday. Could you guess? Could you guys guess the top 5 as of yesterday
in AEW
for men?
The top 5 men's rankings as of yesterday. Now, I'll even give you a gimme. Lance Archer was the number 1 contender. Who are the other 4?
Orange Cassidy.
Not listed.
Brian Cage.
Number 2.
Cody.
He is a champion and therefore unranked.
Okay.
Cody Lee.
4th.
Darby Allin.
Unlisted.
MJF.
3rd.
Like, I don't even watch this shit and I've gotten 2. What are you guys doing?
Ryan, do you have a guess?
Big Swole.
She is 2nd in the women's rankings.
The Young Bucks.
They are 2nd in the tag team rankings.
Hangman Page.
Not listed.
Kenny Omega.
Not listed.
Sean Maluda. We saw him yesterday.
Not listed.
Who else is on there?
Butcher and the Blade.
Butcher and the Blade are 4th in the tag team rankings.
So what
Janela.
No.
What's the singles top 5?
Singles top 5: Lance Archer, Brian Cage, MJF, Mr. Brody Lee, the Exalted One, and Scorpio Sky.
Where's Ricky Skaggs listed on that?
Ricky Skaggs, as I believe, deceased.
Like,
let me check that.
Three Count Thursday is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app. That's arenaeats.app for the ultimate fan experience. At your favorite sports venue, Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? Okay, I don't want to make it a shit on AEW because again,
he's still alive.
Ricky
Skaggs still alive.
We don't want to do that every week.
Well, I don't want to do that every week.
But here we go.
No, because looking over the entire year, the year that was.
Guys, I don't want to just shit on AEW, but oh boy,
here you go. I've been
holding this all day long.
No, because looking over the year, I think they do what they do extremely well. I'm not going to deny that. You know, last night was a miss. Most weeks are a hit. Like I'm not going to pretend they aren't. But to me, at a year in, stop pretending like wins and losses matter, because they don't. They don't.
Can we talk about Miro for a second?
Sure.
Is this a situation where he was a great gimmick and character in the WWE that AEW can't really tap into? Now, yesterday on commentary, they said the brute from Bulgaria.
I heard that.
Miro. But like, is this we're trying to make him what he's not?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he is, but to me, as the presentation has shown over a couple of weeks, he's not a big deal to me.
They also had no clue what to do with Mr. Brody Lee. Like when Mr. Brody Lee came in as the Exalted One, he was cutting promos like Vince McMahon. And true. Like telling people not to sneeze and daddy eats first and all this other bullshit. And then eventually, after like 3 weeks of AEW going, it's not working. The one thing I'll say about AEW is they've been true to their word in saying, if something works and we didn't think it was going to work, we'll pivot to make it work. And if we do something that doesn't work, we will quickly pivot away. See Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero, the Vicious Vixens.
Yeah.
Or Brandy Rhodes and the Nightmare Collective. Or Brandy Rhodes and the Natural Nightmares, or anything Brandy Rhodes. Like, how long until heels goes away?
Is that still a thing? Yeah.
I'll say they didn't promote it last night. They didn't promote it last night. I'll say that.
AllEliteHeels.com/store, your 1 year subscription, $49.99.
And then you can get that members exclusive jacket that anyone can buy for like $130.
Oh my God! There's a members only jacket.
Oh yeah, it's like a knockoff of like the Ribera Steaks. It's like a satin jacket.
It's that bad.
It's like a satin jacket, but it was advertised as like a members only, like an All Elite Heels members only jacket, but like you could just buy it on Pro Wrestling. I don't know if it's still for sale. It might have been a limited time.
I'm looking right now.
But like I think it was like $110 or something. So on top of your yearly subscription, and I'm not saying you should necessarily get it for free, but like that should have been something that only members got. But
they probably just wanted to recoup their cost for the subscription.
But yeah,
this is Heels with a Z, right?
No, it's not that cool.
He's a heel. But like to me, that's probably only the real big gripe I have when it comes to AEW after a year is the wins and losses thing, because you know, like when you have a guy come in and is just catches fire like Eddie
1
Kingston.
minute remains in this segment. 1 minute.
Oh, that wasn't good. Yeah, the countdown that was 10, 9, 8, and then the referee counts 3 at a different tempo, and then the like. If you don't count me, if you don't count me,
my God.
if you don't count me down from 10, like I already heard you say a minute remaining. So like I'm aware.
And 2 minutes remaining, and 5 minutes remaining, and obviously this is going to go to a time limit.
Right,
Raw.
and that's where commentary's got to be like, he's running out of time, and they did that, and then you did the crappy countdown, and that was fine, but the wins and loss thing, because when you have guys that come in and catch fire, or girls that come in and catch fire, like when you hotshot them to a title opportunity, the wins and losses matter thing doesn't add up. That's my problem with it. Is it inevitably is going to not add up as to why this person should have a title opportunity. That's it. And that's what I said a year ago, is you're eventually going to get painted into a corner because somebody's going to come in, or the person who you have been, as a successful competitor is not necessarily going to connect with an audience. And obviously we couldn't have foreseen the pandemic and no crowds and small crowds and all of that. Like this year threw a wrench into everybody's plans, but just stop with the win-loss record. That would really be my only real change.
But they can at this point. Like that was their thing. Like, so they have to just keep doing that, right? Like they can't just be like, well, we fucked up. Sorry. We're not doing that anymore. Like they have to hold on to that. Right?
Yes and no.
I think they'd have to do it, but if they're going to hotshot somebody, there needs to be a reason why. This guy came in and entered into this guy's storyline somehow. You just have to explain why.
Or just give like 3 quick squash matches to that person just to like make that a thing.
That works.
But they can't just abandon the wins and losses if that, like, because we've talked about that since the inception of AEW, was just that they were counting wins and losses, and we've always said that it's bullshit. So like for them to just out of nowhere be like, look, this never meant anything, so we're scrapping it. And even if they don't say it never meant anything, just like, hey, we're scrapping the wins and losses, then people are just gonna be like, yep, see, it was always bullshit. So they have to hold on to that.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, and yeah, maybe.
And I understand it is stupid. Like if they did get rid of it, I don't think people would necessarily mind, but I understand why they're like, they have to just ride this train. Unfortunately, like you dug yourselves into this.
And
mess.
yeah, and maybe don't abandon it in the first year, but maybe you kind of, because a year ago we were told that there was rules in the tag division and we saw that dissolve away. So maybe you just quietly dissolve the wins and losses.
Or like in 2021, like, hey, new year, fresh slate for everyone, and we're no longer keeping a record.
Yeah, because
could you just not talk about it on commentary, not bring it up on your actual TV show, and I don't know, redesign your website and just not put it on? Only person that will know is Big Jim.
Because then we'll talk about it a week in.
Because then I'll get to go, I was right.
Told AEW.
I told you, wins and losses don't matter. But yeah, like I see what you're saying, Matt, and I do agree with that. That if you just if you all of a sudden 1 week go, okay, they don't matter, we screwed up, but over a year's time,
you have to do it at a random point. Like WWE has really dropped the ball on a number of storylines.
Sure.
And we've seen them just kind of phase it out. Like,
I mean, Raw Underground may or may not ever be a thing again. We literally haven't seen it for 3 weeks.
Remember when they brought the anonymous GM back for like a week?
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, nope, no mention of that next week.
Yeah. I mean, it's like in professional wrestling, it is, as much as you want long-term stories, more times than not, it is a week-to-week business. It just is, especially right now. So, like, I
mean, now more than ever, any company can just be like, 2020 reset.
Exactly. And maybe that's the thing. Like, once you can have a full crowd again, which, I mean, AEW, I guess, theoretically could right now. But kudos to them.
Thanks,
And like
Florida.
other sports teams in Florida that are smarter than their governor. But because AEW is still doing the smarter thing. If you're going to have people in the crowd, I still think it's smartest to not.
Technically, NXT could as well if they really wanted to.
Yeah, which I guess they do have some actual fans as well as like some Thunderdome-ish fans. Three Count Thursday is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app, that's arenaeats.app, for the ultimate fan experience. At your favorite sports venue, Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order?